Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
I'm so excited to be joined by Chef Sean Baxter. So, what's the second thing you're going to be making for me?
Okay, so the second dish that we're going to try to make for you guys today is going to feature two local products. One of them is going to be our local shrimp, and like I said earlier, it took me 2 years to source this shrimp to find them in the same size, uniform, that will look aesthetically what we're looking for and have all of the requirements we have, you know, which is local, fresh, things like that. The company that I sourced them from is known as the Woods Fishery, and they've actually been in business since 1860. Wow. So over 145 years of customer service.
They know their stuff.
These are wild caught American shrimp. They're caught off of Tybee Island, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay. The second product we have is we're going to use a purple grit.
Gorgeous.
Okay. And that is from Jacksonville, Florida, and I believe that they're grown and manufactured in Florida, and then they're sent to Charleston for packaging.
Okay, sweet.
So it's kind of like a double kiss on that one. So this is what they look like. Now listen, they're a little smaller than the shrimp that you might see in some places where they're really big. Well, due to the way we get them, there's nothing added to them. They're not treated with chemicals. So they're smaller, but they're fully packed with flavor, and they're absolutely delicious.
All right.
Okay.
And who doesn't love shrimp and grits, you know,
right?
especially here in the
Classic
South.
dish. This is what they're gonna look like after you take them off and clean them and shell them up.
You start with the grits?
We're gonna go ahead. You want to cook your grits because your grits will take you about 40 minutes to cook to make true grits, real grits. You can use instant grits if you want. That's up to you. So you got to make sure that your stock or water, you can cook it in either one, is boiling. Chicken stock would be your most neutral. So we have our water nice and boiling, and we're gonna use water because a lot of our guests might be vegetarian. So they'll be able to eat it if I don't use stock. All right, so you're gonna wanna make sure your water's boiling and seasoned. You're just gonna go ahead and incorporate your grits in as fast as your water will take them, meaning don't have them start clumping up on you, okay?
Yeah.
And make sure that you whisk it, okay, continuously and until it's thicker, and then once it's thicker, you're gonna turn it down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's when it starts cooking for a long time.
Yes. All right. So,
All right, make me these shrimp.
So I'm gonna cook the shrimp now. I'm gonna sear the shrimp. So once again, I'm gonna want a nice hot pan, saute pan, cast iron skillet. I always season my shrimp before I put them in, or before I put them in the pan. I think it's easier to coat them evenly. Some people do them the opposite way. All right, so you can use a couple different things to cook the shrimp. You can use olive oil or a blended oil, butter. I like to use a combination.
Gotcha.
Gives it a little more color and a little more flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this. Okay, so first I'm gonna put a little olive oil in the pan. Not too much, because we're not frying them. Okay. With my butter. Let this come up to the heat.
What do you want on the plate?
All right, here that sizzle. We're getting close to cook time. You don't want to just throw them in. You can if you want. I don't like to. I like to lay them in like that. You hear that noise? That sizzle? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Beach Audiology Hearing and Balance Center.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm just having some fun today at Beach Audiology. I'm joined by Dr. Wiggin. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Let's just get right into it. I want you to tell me where you started and how you got to be here in Myrtle Beach and a little bit about what you do.
So I'm an audiologist and I opened this practice about 2.5 years ago. I've been in the state. I came down here. I'm a northerner, but I've been down here about 10 years. I have my own hearing loss. I was originally in transportation. I was with FedEx for years. And I started losing my hearing in my late teens, early 20s. And it really took me on a journey of trying to see basically what kind of impact I can have to help people that do have a significant hearing loss, that have had this, loss of quality of life due to their hearing loss. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school, I'm gonna get my doctorate, I'm gonna pursue this field, and here I am. So I came down here, like I said, about 10 years ago. I was clinical director at the University of South Carolina, and decided to open this practice about 2.5 years ago.
That's honestly a very interesting story, and we're happy to have you here. How do you think that helps you with your patients and the people you see every day?
It does give a perspective. I never assume to know their path or to walk in their shoes, but it does help to say, look, you're not alone. These are true challenges. You are having issues socially. You are becoming a little reclusive. Your hearing loss is having these effects in your life, and I understand that. I want to help them understand that, and from a personal perspective.
I love it. Okay, if somebody's watching right now and they're experiencing some of those life challenges, how can you help and where do they begin?
Well, it begins with being diagnosed. Our website, we are at beachaudiology.com. You can schedule an appointment there. You can contact us on the website. We'd love to have that, at least start that conversation with you. Our phone number, 843-438-0283. You can also reach us that way. We just want to have the opportunity to help you start that journey, to help you start looking and finding a solution.
Welcome to another edition of Epic Discounts. I'm brand ambassador Farron Hip. Epic Discounts is the place to find all of the items you're looking for, but for less. Just scan the QR code on your screen to start shopping today. Your family's health is the most important thing, and with the Dreamy Tech cordless stick vacuum cleaner, you can capture 98.89% of microparticles for a cleaner, healthier home. You can find this vacuum right now as high as $230, but with Epic Discounts, it's $79.99. That's a 65% discount. Wow! Today's deal comes with one vacuum with an attachment and a wall mount. What's great about the Dreamy Tech is its versatility. You can deep clean up to 50 minutes and switch between 3 suction modes with just the click of a button. The included attachment makes cleaning the stairs, vent, couch, and a car a breeze. Okay, so who doesn't like self-care? What about self-care with 24-karat gold? These Dermora 24-karat gold eye patches have multiple vitamins to help nourish and boost dull, tired-looking skin. Normally, these are up to $36, but today you can get 60 packs for $15. That's an incredible 58% discount. From the very first application, you'll notice increased hydration, depuffing, and smoothness. It even minimizes the appearance of dark circles. It's no wonder nearly 25,000 people have given these a glowing 5-star rating. Now, our last deal of the day is a whopping 81% discount. Get ready to jet set in style with the Olympia USA Lancer plus 3-piece expandable hard side luggage set. If you visit any retail store, you'll notice luggage is very expensive right now. As a matter of fact, this set is being sold as high as $700, but today you can get it for $129.99. The deal includes one 21-inch carry-on, one 25-inch mid-size luggage, and one 29-inch large luggage, all available in 4 colors. One of the best parts of this set is the patented hidden compartment for your laptop, external hangers, plus 3-inch expansion. Quantities are limited, so don't wait. Scan the QR code on the screen. We'll see you next time for more epic discounts.
Go to WBTW.com Marketplace to find epic discounts.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm so excited to be rejoined by Quadre Stuckey. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here. Nice to see you again. Thank you.
Of course, of course. We've got a lot to talk about. He's obviously brought some stuff to show us today. But give me an update on what you've been doing for the last couple months.
Well, I mean, life's been amazing. I've been doing my shows. I published a new book. I have new artwork. I also got engaged recently too, so that's new. That's exciting. And you know, I'm just getting ready for what 2024 has to bring an offer. So I'm excited for that too.
And one thing I know about you is you do a ton of research.
Yes.
So that took a lot to go into this book, huh?
Yes, it is. So this is my new book right here, Gullah Paintings 3. So inside the actual book, it's an art educational book for children. In the book, I actually talk about the history of Gullah. I also talk about, you know, the seafood culture, where we do a lot of shrimping, a lot of red rice, a lot of okra. I talk about a lot of the superstitions, like the bottle trees, the buhag, the haint blues. And I talk about the artwork, because a lot of people love my artwork. So I talk about the artwork and then the spirituality and the connections we have to Barbados and our architecture. So this is a very good book to add to your collection if you don't have a book collection. This is a good piece to start with a book collection.
Mm-hmm. So for people who may not know who you are,
Yes.
the very few people out there,
Yes.
talk to me about your art, how you got into art, and where you draw inspiration from.
So my art is based upon my culture, Gullah Geechee culture. And what Gullah Geechee culture is pretty much the enslaved Africans that were brought over from different parts of West Africa, the Ivory Coast and Gold Coast. They were isolated on sea islands like through the Carolinas and, you know, like Myrtle Beach, area where we're at now. And pretty much it's just us staying closest to our West African heritage. So that's why I draw a lot of my inspiration from when it comes to like my paintings. I like to use a lot of bright, bold, tropical colors, because when you look at the work, I want you to feel excited. I want you to feel happy. I want you to feel good about yourself. And you know, I do a lot of paintings on women because women played a big role in my life. Like, you know, my mother, my grandmother, and my aunts. So that's like where a lot of my inspiration comes from. Also just that everyday low country lifestyle, like being by the beach, fishing, shrimping, you know, just enjoying the scenery with a loved one. So that's where it comes from.
Okay. So when you were finding inspiration for your book, doing the research, was there anything that you've learned along the way that kind of shocked you or surprised you a bit?
Yeah, so there was certain things that I didn't know about certain superstitions. So for example, like we have something called like the buhag that rides you at night when you're asleep and you can't move. So really scientifically it's called when you sit there and you can't move but you're awake. Yeah, sleep paralysis.
It's happened to me before.
But our name for it is buhag. So that's just kind of like the translation when it comes to our culture to scientifically they're calling it sleep paralysis. So that was something, you know, that kind of stuck out to me, showing how close those things kind of, you know, combine and come together.
I've been visited by that before.
Ooh,
it's pretty scary.
It is. You're up, you can't move. It's like you're in a scary movie, a horror flick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the bottle trees. I don't know the superstition behind that.
So what you put blue bottle trees in your yard. The reason why is it sucks in the evil spirit. So let's say like if a hag tries to come and get you, instead of getting into the house, you know, to put you in that paralysis, it'll actually go into the blue bottle tree and then it gets locked in there. And then when the sunlight comes out in the daytime, it'll actually burn up in the sun. And then sometimes, like, people say they hear superstition of, like, it whistling outside. That's really like the wind hitting the bottle at a certain angle, and it's sounding like the buhag was captured inside of it.
Spooky.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, we have to talk about sweetgrass baskets, of course.
Definitely.
Huge, huge, huge.
Yes.
All across the Low Country and here in the Grand Strand.
Always, yes. So I had to bring in one of sweetgrass
Beautiful.
baskets. Yes.
Beautiful.
So what the sweetgrass basket actually consists of is sweetgrass, bulrush, pine needle, and then it's an old West African sewing tradition that we still carry today. And if you can notice, each sweetgrass has its own specific pattern and design on it. And then it was used traditionally to transport rice, fruits, vegetables, and sometimes sewn tight enough it could transport and hold water.
Because they're very strong.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.